Good evening, my dear students. I hope you all safe and try to enjoy this moment. Don't worry, we are entering into a new world and safest world. Okay, stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. Thank you. And come to our chemistry, as you know. Okay, solutions. I would like to start. Uh, it's a second chapter for us in physical chemistry. This chapter is very important for us, and there will be a link with the remaining physical chapters. Of course, you know already that like number of moles, gram equivalent weights, and some concentration terms we have in previously in first year. So those all are very important in electrochemistry or chemical kinetics like that. Of course, it's a very important chapter for NEET as well. Okay, so please concentrate. I'm going to start solutions now. Okay, what exactly solution means? Solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more than two components. And exactly what homogeneous mixture means, so suppose when two components is present in a beaker, so we mix one into another and you have a one phase of container, means it appears like a single phase. Okay, so that is a uniform solution, is a homogeneous solution, means homogeneous mixture means. That is exactly solutions. Solutions can be classified based on the components. Based on the components, solutions are, first you can have a binary solution. What exactly binary solution means? Binary solution means which consists of two components here. Two components. That's a binary solution. In those two components, one we call as a solute, another we call as solvent. Usually, solute I written here as a small quantity. Actually, that is wrong word if I use, but generally I am using that way. Solute is generally small quantity which is going to dissolve. That is called solute. And this solute is going to dissolve in another particular component. That is called solvent. Suppose NaCl dissolved in water, salt, or sugar dissolved in water. So what exactly is sugar? Is a solute. Water, solvent. That's it. You know, it's very simple. It's a binary solution. So if solution consists of three components, that is called ternary solution. So in ternary solution, sir, how many components we have? Means three components you have. Binary solution means two components we have, and ternary solution means three components we have. Sir, okay. Still, any kind of classification means yes, we have different kinds of classification. Based on quantity of solute, we have another, that is saturated and unsaturated. What exactly saturated means and what exactly unsaturated means? In previous also I was given some examples like food I'm eating. Suppose somebody given 5 sweets. My capacity is 10 sweets. I ate 5 sweets, so that is unsaturated. Means still I can eat 5 more sweets. That is unsaturated. 10 sweets I ate. Now I am in saturated position. I cannot eat anymore. I cannot. Means if I am going to eat 11th one, that will be something already. So what exactly saturated means? So saturated means, as I said, the solute is already dissolved in a solvent. It cannot take even 1 milligram of excess of solute. That is saturated. I am in saturated condition now. Means I cannot eat anything now. Okay, like that, if particular quantity of a solute was added to a particular solvent, if it can take, that is what we call unsaturated. If it cannot take further, anymore it cannot take, that is saturated solution. So saturated solution and unsaturated. Now let's see the classification of binary solutions based on solvent as well as solute. There are actually three types of binary solutions. One is a gaseous solution, liquid solutions and solid solutions. In their names you have one information. Gaseous solution means gas is a solvent. In liquid solutions, liquid is a solvent. In solid solutions, solid is a solvent. So like that we have gaseous solutions 3, liquid solutions 3 and solid solutions 3. Total 9 kind of binary solutions we have, and based on the solute the gaseous solutions are 3. One is a gas in gas, liquid in gas and solid in gas. And come to this gas in gas, you have example O2 and N2. Example O2 with N2. And liquid in gas, water vapors in air. Solid in gas, I2 vapors in air. Like that, come to liquid solutions. You have a gas in liquid, liquid in liquid, solid in liquid. That is, solid is a solute, your liquid is a solute, your gas is a solute. So gas in liquid, example is O2 in water. Liquid in liquid, we know everyone, alcohol in water. And solid in liquid, salt water. Okay, and solid solutions. Also, like that you can classify gas in solid, liquid in solid, solid in solid. Gas in solid, gas in solid. Gas is a solute, solid is a solvent. For that example, dissolved gases in metals. What is this? Metals. Dissolved gases in metals. Liquid in solid. Mercury in sodium. Sodium amalgam we used in organic chemistry. This is what we call liquid in solid solution. It's a binary solution because liquid is mercury, sodium is solid. Solid. Okay. Solid in solid. Alloys. Solid in solid. Alloys. Bronze, brass, gold we use. That gold we use copper. Okay. Those examples. So classification of binary solutions we have like this. Total how many? 9 types. Based on solvent how many? 3 types. Gaseous solutions, liquid solutions, solid solutions. Each we can consider as 3. Gas like that, gas in gas, liquid in gas and solid in gas like that. And those are the examples. Okay? Thank you. Concentration terms. What exactly concentration terms? So now our discussion about the binary solutions, like solid dissolved in liquid, means solid is a solute, liquid is a solvent. So now my question, or liquid in liquid like that, how much solute is dissolved in a solvent? That measurement is very important for us. How much solute is dissolving in a solvent? That we are going to measure by using concentration terms. Concentration terms. We already learned in some basic concepts of chemistry, but still we have to discuss, and we will discuss because very important for us. Okay, say what are the concentration terms? One by one we will discuss. Like kids, I won't write all types of concentration terms. One by one I will explain. Percentage weight by weight. What is the percentage weight by weight? Percentage weight by weight. See, the particular weight of solute dissolved in 100 grams of given solution. 100 grams of given solution. That is percentage weight by weight. Simply you can represent percentage W by W, which is equal to, you can write like this, percentage weight by weight is equals to weight of solute by weight of solution into 100. This is percentage weight by weight. What exactly percentage weight by weight? The amount of solute present in 100 grams of given solution is called percentage weight by weight. Percentage means 100, you know, into 100. Percentage weight by weight is equals to weight of solute by weight of solution into 100. This is percentage weight by weight. Suppose 10% weight by weight of aqueous NaCl. This is the example. What's the meaning of this? 10% weight by weight of aqueous NaCl. Aqueous means everybody knows water. 10% means 10 grams of NaCl present in 90 grams of Mr. solvent. Who is that solvent? Solvent is water, aqueous. Total 100. 10 by 100 into 100, 10%. 12%. 12 by 100 into 100. It's 12 grams of NaCl is present. Okay, so this is percentage weight by weight. So I repeat, the amount of solute dissolved in 100 grams of given solution is percentage weight by weight. You can represent percentage W by W or percentage M by M, mass by mass, both are same. Okay, percentage weight by weight is like this, you can have, and the next one is, I will write here, percentage weight by volume. Percentage weight by volume. Here only you have, in that name only you have answer. Percentage weight by volume. You can define. Can you define? Now, I will define. Percentage weight by weight means, we said the amount of solute present in 100 grams of given solution. Both are weights. But here, weight of solute, volume of solution we have. So what exactly a percentage weight by volume, you can write like this. It's a weight of solute by volume of solution into 100. What exactly the difference between this and this? It's very clear. What's the difference? Percentage weight by volume and percentage weight by weight. What exactly the difference? Both are weights. Here weight of solute and volume of solution. I repeat, percentage weight by volume or mass by volume. It's the amount of solute dissolved in 100 ml of given solution. 100 ml of given solution. That is percentage weight by volume you have. Okay. Now come to the third. We have percentage volume by volume. Volume by volume. Simply you can have percentage V by V. Percentage V by V. V by V. Both are volumes. Percentage V by V. Volume by volume is. See, if I define, you will laugh. Now you cannot laugh because you are not in front of me. Volume of solution. The particular volume of particular volume of solute. How many ml of solute dissolved in 100 ml of given solution is percentage V by V. That is, you can write like this: volume of solute by volume of solution into 100. This is percentage V by V. Percentage V by V. Volume by volume. Concentration terms we are learning. First one, percentage weight by weight, and the second one is where? Here, percentage weight by volume, and the third one is percentage volume by volume. Very clear? Both are weights, solute, and this is solution. Very simple. Numerator have solute, denominator has a solution. Okay? Weight of solute present in weight of solution. Weight of solute present in volume of solution. That is percentage weight by volume. Volume of solute, volume of solution. Both if you are considering, that is percentage volume by volume. I'll give you one more, that is Mr. ppm, parts per million. ppm. Usually ppm we use for smaller concentrations, like hardness of water to calculate. In terms of ppm we have used. Parts per million. Do you know percentage weight by weight? Yes, you know already. Here percentage weight by weight means weight of solute by weight of solution into 100. Remove 100 into 10 power 6 you write down, so that you can understand percentage weight by weight. Can I write now? ppm is equals to weight of solute by weight of solution into, sir, you are writing same, sir. Yes, I am writing same. This and this will be same, but here one small change. Here the weight of solute present in 100 grams of given solution, that is percentage weight by weight. ppm means particular amount of solute present in 1 million parts. Do you know 1 million parts means how much? 10 power 6 parts. Yes. Suppose 100 grams of calcium carbonate is present in 1 million parts. 100 million. So here ppm we use for smaller concentrations. Okay. So ppm means weight of solute by weight of solution into 10 power 6, that is ppm. ppm, parts per million. I think it's very clear. We discussed 4 concentration terms. One is percentage weight by weight. Number 1. So here we discussed percentage weight by volume, and here we discussed percentage volume by volume, and here we discussed ppm. What's the ppm definition? I repeat, the amount of particular solute present in 1 million parts of solution. 1 million parts, 10 power 6, 1 million means. Okay, so we discussed 4, and let's discuss the remaining concentration terms. Okay, 1 minute I am giving time. You can note this. Thank you. One minute over? Okay, thank you. Actually, what we discuss is very, very simple. We discuss percentage weight by weight, percentage weight by volume, percentage volume by volume, and ppm. By using all these, we have to understand remaining concentration concentration terms. What are the remaining concentration terms? We know, I think, not we, you. Clear? I think you written? Okay. Next is molarity. What is molarity? What exactly molarity? Molarity we represent with a capital M. Molarity means. You know this already, what exactly molarity, everything. But why I am repeating, these are very, very important. That's why I am repeating. Otherwise, no use. Sorry, use. Okay, molarity means exactly what? Molarity means the number of moles of solute. The number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of given solution. 1 liter of given solution. So molarity you can write the number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of given solution. So what I written? Just observe everybody. Number of moles I written. The number of moles we represent with a small n number of moles. No already. So the number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of given solution means volume term. So in another way you can say molarity means number of moles in a particular volume you can say. So molarity I am writing as number of moles by volume in liters. This is exactly molarity. Molarity M. M is equals to number of moles by volume in liters. What is N? Number of moles. Whose moles? Solute. The number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of given solution, that is called molarity. Mathematical representation, molarity is equals to number of moles of solute which is present in volume of a solution. So M is equals to N by V, volume in liters. If volume in milliliters given, then what exactly the molarity? Number of moles of solute by volume in milliliters. Whose volume? Solution volume into 1000. This is molarity. And we know what exactly number of moles means. Number of moles, whole concept, some basic concepts of chemistry. Number of moles means everybody knows that N is equals to weight by gram molecular weight. This everybody knows. So what we can write now, molarity is the weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into 1000 by volume of solution in milliliter. This is exactly molarity. Whose weight? Solute weight. Whose gram molecular weight? Solute gram molecular weight. Whose volume? Solution. Solution volume. So this is molarity, and which is very, very important for us. Molarity formula we have now. Weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into 1000 by volume of solution in ml. Given volume of solution, number of moles of solute, number of moles formula, weight by gram molecular weight. So you have a molarity. I repeat, molarity means the number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of given solution. Mathematically you can write M is equals to N by V, number of moles of solute by volume of solution. I'll write very clearly here. These are the number of moles of solute and this is the volume of solution. So here number of moles of solute here I am using and volume of solution I am using. And come to the units. What exactly units? Units for molarity. In this formula you have N by V. So units mole per liter you can write units. Number of moles per liter because moles by volume. Volume units liters or cc or ml or dm cube, meter cube. Okay. Simply you can write here moles per cc or mole per ml you can use. So as units for whom molarity. These are the units of molarity. Yes, we had one clarity what exactly molarity means, molarity formula, and if volume in ml given, what exactly the clear formula for molarity, weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into 1000 by volume in milliliter, volume in ml or volume in cc, like that. Okay, now how to label the concentration in terms of molarity? It's very simple, very simple, very simple. If the molarity is 1 m, we represent capital M, means 1 m, means 1 is the molarity, means volume means, number of moles is 1 mole, volume is 1 mole, or 2, 3, then the molarity will be 1. So 1 m solution usually we call as molar solution. Molar solution. 0.5 m solutions are called semi-molar solution. Okay. Wait. 0.1 m solution we call as decimolar. Decimolar. 0.01 m solution is called centimolar. Now 0.001 m solution is millimolar solution. So we have a different concentration labelings like this. 1 m means molar solution. 0.5 m the semi-molar. The semi-molar you can write as m by 2. They'll give like that m by 2 concentration of sodium hydroxide. Means the given concentration semi-molar 0.5 we have to consider. M by 2 means don't think array m value not given. No. M by 2 means 1 by 2 is the concentration. Understood? 1 by 2 means how much? 0.5. 0.5 m is the semi-molar concentration. 0.1 you can write as m by 10 you can write. And this you can write m by 100 is a centimolar, m by 100. And millimolar means you can write m by 1000, or you can use 10 power minus 3. See, they will give you a millimolar solution like that. Millimolar, 0.001 given, or 10 power minus 3 is the molarity, like that you should understand. Molar solution means 1 m concentration, 1 capital M. Why I am using capital M, you will understand later on. Okay, so this is about molarity. Okay, labeling of concentrations, and these are the units. I have a question. Molarity is a temperature dependent or independent? I have a question. Yes, molarity temperature dependent, because molarity is nothing but number of moles by volume. Volume is a temperature dependent. Charles law, states of matter we have Charles law. Volume is directly proportional to temperature at constant pressure and for a given mass of a gas. You remember, I think so. As temperature increases, volume increases. If temperature decreases, volume decreases. Volume term is changing as temperature changing. So molarity is temperature dependent. It's very, very important. It's a temperature dependent. It is. This is about molarity, and we have few more formulas for